Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Draymond Green has already brought a lot of joy to the Warriors, but for some time now he has been declining in performance on the court, in addition to always creating conflicts with rival players and NBA referees. Everything in the history of NBA players has an end, and the time has come for the Warriors to trade Draymond Green. In today's game, for an established star to score just 1 point is absurd. Draymond Green has always liked LeBron James, and sending him to the Lakers in exchange for some good players and defensemen like Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, and a first-round pick will be a great deal. NBA analysts urge Warriors to trade Draymond Green. The Warriors' 13 points in the fourth quarter was their lowest scoring period of the season. On the second night of a back-to-back, the Warriors spent too long running on empty to close out the Spurs. After leading by 17 late in the third quarter, Golden State fell apart. The Warriors didn't convert a field goal for more than 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. They got outscored by 25 in the last 12 minutes and 30 seconds, scoring a total of 13 fourth-quarter points. The younger Spurs had fresher legs, and it showed in their 104-94 win over the Warriors, 12-4. The Warriors needed their younger players to pick up the slack for their veterans, but Brandon Podziemski, Buddy Hield, and Moses Moody didn't do quite enough to make up for Steph Curry, 14 points on 5-for-16 shooting, and Draymond Green's quiet nights. Perhaps Jonathan Kuminga could have provided enough individual offense to keep the Warriors afloat late, but he got scratched due to an illness. Victor Wembanyama scored a game-high 25 points and added 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Rookie Stephon Castle added 19, including several big plays late. The last time the Warriors blew a lead of at least 17 and lost was last January against the Nuggets. The video player is currently playing an ad. To build their lead, the Warriors went on both an 11-0 and 7-0 run in a convincing first quarter fueled by Andrew Wiggins, 20 points, and Buddy Hield. Wiggins dropped 10 in the opening period and Hield added 8, passing Joe Johnson for 19th on the all-time three-point leaderboard with a pair of early triples. Golden State started 5-for-11 from behind the arc, but did a ton of damage in the paint. By sealing smaller defenders like Chris Paul underneath, the back cuts and motion offense generated consistent looks at the rim even with San Antonio shot blockers Wembanyama and Zach Collins patrolling the lane. Hield cashed another 3 to start the second quarter, then 2 Spurs closed out to him in a split action, allowing him to dish an assist for a slipping Tracy Jackson-Davis. The Spurs were lost in Golden State's free-flowing, outside-in offense. But Steve Kerr had to call a timeout after San Antonio ripped off 10 straight points. Greg Popovich wasn't on the Spurs bench as he's recovering from a stroke, but his team played the type of ball movement basketball his greatest clubs have embraced. Refocused, the Warriors consistently put Wembanyama in actions on the perimeter, drawing him away from the rim, forcing him to navigate screens, and making him think. Wembanyama was playing in his first game after missing the previous 3 with a right knee contusion, and the Warriors tested him on both ends. Wiggins rainbowed a 3 over Wembanyama, giving the Warriors a 50-38 lead as the game clock wound down in the first half. The Spurs' 38 points were the fewest in any half for them this season, as Golden State's defensive execution vastly improved from the night prior. Lindy Waters III, starting his 5th straight game into Anthony Melton's place, drilled a pair of threes to halt a fleeting San Antonio push in the third quarter. The first of his back-to-back threes came after 2 offensive rebounds, an area the Warriors controlled until the fourth quarter. The Warriors pushed their lead to 17, bottling up Wembanyama and matching San Antonio's energy. But 5 straight points, including steal and score, from rookie Stephon Castle brought the Spurs back within 10 entering the fourth quarter. Castle's sequence totally flipped the game and appeared to give him confidence heading into the fourth. Castle played stout defense on Curry throughout the game, limiting the two-time MVP to 8 points on 30% shooting through 3 quarters. With Curry and Draymond Green on the bench to start the final period, Golden State needed its bench to build up another cushion. Instead, San Antonio went on a 10-4 run, cutting the deficit to 4. So Curry and Green re-entered the game earlier than normal, checking in with over 8 minutes left. They'd played 33 and 30 minutes, respectively, in New Orleans the night before. Wembanyama inched San Antonio within 1 with a 3, but Curry answered with a deep triple of his own. Castle knifed inside to tie the game at 90 with 4 minutes left, the Warriors' 8th clutch game of the year. Then Castle drilled a 3, giving the Spurs their first lead since the first basket of the game. The Warriors' shots kept falling short. Jumps for rebounds didn't get off the floor. The Warriors went scoreless for more than 4 minutes, and Curry overdribbled for a costly turnover. Their 13 fourth-quarter points was their lowest scoring period of the season. In a flash, the Warriors' 17-point lead was an 8-point deficit. For the first time this season, the Warriors collapsed and couldn't find their footing in time to steady themselves. Buddy Hield makes NBA history in Warriors vs. Spurs. The Golden State Warriors just clinched their spot in the NBA Cup with a win against the Pelicans, and within 24 hours later, the team was back in action to make more history. The Warriors hit the road once more and landed in San Antonio to take on Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Tonight's performance would be fueled by the newest addition to the team and the newest splash brother, Buddy Hield. Hield started the game off hot, scoring 11 points while going 3-5 from 3 in the first half of the game. This had put Hield in the NBA history books as he then passed Joe Johnson for 19th on the NBA's all-time threes made list. Hield has been an integral part of the team's success, and his numbers and accolades only prove that. So far this season, Hield has been averaging 16.2 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, and 1.6 assists while shooting 47/44/89 from the field. The Warriors continue to surpass the expectations many had for them with the strong contributions from their newfound teammates. As Hield continues to grow with this team, it can be expected to see him climb further and further on the NBA's all-time three-pointer list. Hield is only proving more and more that he's the perfect addition next to Warriors guard Steph Curry. What Warriors NBA Cup knockout round berth means. The Warriors became the first team in the NBA to advance to an NBA Cup quarterfinal game. By beating the Pelicans and getting some help in the form of the Nuggets' loss to Dallas on Friday night, the Warriors became the first team in the league to punch a ticket to the knockout round of the NBA Cup. The Warriors, 12-3, are 3-0 in NBA Cup play. Winners of the West Group C margin of victory matters in the NBA Cup, and the Warriors have won their 3 games by only a cumulative 12 points. But since they're the only undefeated team in Group C and have beaten the Mavericks already, they secured a quarterfinal game. That quarterfinal game's time, opponent and location are to be determined, though it'll be on either December 10th or December 11th. The Warriors still have one group stage game remaining, on December 3rd against the Nuggets. Head coach Steve Kerr and various Warriors have said that the team is motivated to win the NBA Cup, which comes with prize money for both players and coaches, with the biggest bonuses awarded to the NBA Cup champion. "We're going for the money, we want the money," Brandon Podziemski said after the Pelicans win. The Warriors have group play wins over the Mavericks, Pelicans, and Grizzlies. Their participation in the single-elimination knockout round, and possibly beyond, would be an opportunity for some of Golden State's less experienced players to feel an elevated competitive environment. Last year, the Warriors didn't get out of the group stage because they blew a 24-point lead to the Kings. The Lakers won last year's NBA Cup, then called the in-season tournament, but didn't carry momentum through the rest of the season. The NBA Cup is designed to generate interest in the league before Christmas time, with the semifinals and championship played in Las Vegas. The Warriors still have work to get there, but their ticket to the dance is secured. "That's our goal, we want to win the whole thing," wing Andrew Wiggins said Friday. "We feel we have a good chance. We have the squad for it." Former Warrior Chris Paul is averaging 10.8 points and 8.6 assists per game, organizing the Spurs and helping lift them from the bottom of the lottery to .500. He's the second oldest active player in the league, behind only LeBron James. Legendary Spurs coach Greg Popovich remains away from the team after suffering what the team described as a mild stroke earlier this month. Kerr and Popovich have been close for decades, they've been in touch as Popovich recovers. "He means the world to me," Kerr told reporters in San Antonio. "It's tough to know that he's going through this medical situation. I think about him all the time." Jonathan Kuminga was a late scratch for the Spurs game with an illness, the team said.